tournament draft. I don't know why it's not. So many VCs, it's basically GG. Alright. We've got a swing band coming out. A fiddlesticks band coming out. They must have done their malting research.
Go Team 3 and Team 2. No, actually, they're Team Kenya and Iran right now because that's their country flags.
Yeah. A Shogath and a Zed band coming down.
So far, I mean, they're leaving a couple bands open. Like, what about thinking about Thresh? Thresh or Hecarim.
Usually,
they're pretty scary. I mean, if I don't, you don't see a Thresh band, like, it usually leads to a dominated lane.
Yeah, Thresh is definitely a killer support, but you know, there are a lot of people in this tournament, I guess, are just trying to go for bands out on the heavy hitters for the team. You know, when
well, it makes sense
if one.
It makes sense if you're trying to.
Talking to them, they were basically trying to set all their bans directly for the diamond mid.
Yeah, it makes sense when you're trying to ban out a diamond's main.
So, you know.
All right, we're showing a Soraka as the first pick. We're showing a Soraka. That's kind of interesting.
Well, again, you know, some of the kids in this tournament don't play a whole lot, so they probably have limited champion pool for their current lane or whether they support or jungle or whatever.
And that was definitely
targeted banning. Definitely targeted banning.
Yeah, and that definitely happened in the first game between Team 1 and Team 4.
Oh, yeah.
We banned level 17 support Taric, kind of a bad guy for
I thought that was kind of a dick move.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Apparently they actually told him to buy Soraka just in case something like that happened.
Nami's not really my favorite support. She's definitely feasible, but you just have to make sure you land those bubbles. They can be pretty easily dodged at times. So how on swim distance, who is namely so picked Nami.
Ooh,
how he does landing those.
The Twisted Fate.
And that
I use the main Twisted Fate, but the problem with TF is he does get countered in lane very, very easily. Usually a mid you want to take first before, you know, seeing what possibilities their mid is going for. But, you know, again, they do have the research done on their LoL King, on that LoL King website. So,
well, I mean, Incendiary Spade,
mids is gonna be...
he is the diamond player, so, you know, they're going to have to really work hard to shut him down. We did see a diamond player.
Be a dominant force.
We did see a diamond player effectively shut down though in the first day of play. So we'll have to see the jungle.
Drunk though, so
well,
you know,
the jungle just have to do his job, and we'll see how it goes. Another Shen pick.
Nasus jungle that seems to be really popular in the pros right now. I don't know, that OP Wither, I guess, coming in. Plus, you know, level 6, he can burn his ultimate to take down Dragon quite early before anybody maybe even wards it. And we've got a LeBlanc. We've got a LeBlanc mid. That is a very, very hard lane for TF to play. Very, very hard lane. LeBlanc's early level burst damage is extremely high. TF has very limited mobility in the lane. Being a TF player myself.
Now in the game that's running concurrently to this one, the first game we saw Shen picked, but he was in the jungle and he couldn't get the ganks that were needed. So hopefully Nasus can do the job with his Wither and his reworked ultimate. Renekton
is a phenomenal mid. I've been playing with him a little bit lately because I'm friends with Benner, the top lane Irelia. And he does play an extremely good mid, hence why he is gold. I don't know about Diamond. He does play really strong though, so I mean, never know. But, with the final picks, we do have a TP taking on Renekton top lane, so prepare to watch for that. Maybe a TP bottom.
With the way Renekton's stun works.
TF. They're also taking a double teleport on purple side to counter the TF and Renekton TP. That TP also on Shen could be used for split pushing later, which Shen is most dominantly known for. Final picks,
Hey,
we have
Alex,
Varus
Yeah.
AD carry, and then we have the
You wanna-
Hecarim jungle.
move the picture
Oh, my
for
bad.
the screen on Joe.
Renekton's gonna. I mean, Shen's gonna have a really tough lane against Renekton because the way that his slice and dice works is that we'll eat away his armor. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see some really good play out of Shen in that lane. And also, like I was saying earlier, by having to counterban players, you leave open champs like Hecarim, who's just extremely good in the
Dominant
jungle,
force. Yeah, very agreed.
very
Hecarim
mobile.
carries solo queue from jungle, for sure. But yeah, interesting. The TP LeBlanc to follow the TF. That is.
I mean, a lot of times you see these mid players, they take the TP and they'll TP bot and try to get a kill, and it is a good pick against TF because if TF ults bottom and they need some help, LeBlanc can come in.
Yeah, you do have to remember the TF ult though does come in about 2.5 seconds, whereas the TP takes 3.5, I believe. And then so TF can get to lane a lot faster. Plus LeBlanc has to be on her A game watching TF, thinking about maybe when there's an option to go bottom. So she does have to be watching bottom lane a lot to see maybe if there are opportunities where TF might. So if she sees him leave lane, she needs to be ready to TP bottom. Because he will have that head start with the ult, plus the TP time on his ult is much faster than teleporting to lane. So,
Right, exactly.
interesting pick. There's no flash then, though, on LeBlanc. I know she does have her jumps, and her ult lets her recast her ability, so she can jump twice, but, when you're low on mana, where, cooldowns are burned, having flash can be very, very important. Especially when you have a Hecarim. Gap closes really well. Renekton gap closes really well. Caitlyn's extremely long range. So, but very interesting. About a minute to go, and this match will start.
Yeah, and I think that TF is definitely probably going to target Nami bot lane because she's really susceptible pre-level 6, just a little bit after, because she's one of the weakest HP wise and armor wise in the game that early. So we'll have to see how that plays into the strategy, and hopefully Nasus can cause a little disruption in the mid lane to help out Paper Chase guy.
Yeah, and again, TF has very limited mobility. That Wither was still decently strong. I know, they did put a nerf onto it, but it is pretty strong slow with TF's limited mobility. You might see a lot of action mid lane here. Might need to, just talk to you on Skype, because for whatever reason my mic is not picking me up very well, and I can't talk super loud. I'd be pissing off my neighbors.
What's not picking you up?
You probably hear me okay on TeamSpeak, but on your
Right.
on the stream, my volume is not.
I can turn you up if you want.
Yeah, if you can crank the volume up on me so they can hear me. A lot of people on the chat are talking about having problems hearing me talk.
Change volume.
Let's see.
All right, let me know if that helps. Go ahead and say a few things.
All right. You guys hear me any better out there in the video? Is my volume any better? Viewers of the chat room? Alright, awesome. I had him crank me up in our TeamSpeak server so that they can hear me. I mean, I normally would shout. I am a pretty loud person, but for the most part, I was pissed off my neighbors upstairs. Because our walls are paper thin for some reason.
Never
Okay.
a
the game's
good
starting.
idea.
We're loading in. See a couple of skins coming out. We have a prestigious LeBlanc skin. I haven't seen that skin in a long time. Trojan Shen, I don't know. It kind of looks the same to me, honestly.
I think
You
one.
guys want to run your shameless plugs and introduce yourselves?
No, that's
The
a.
Dryad Soraka finally.
I was gonna say I think that one matchup we didn't talk about a lot was Caitlyn and Varus, and I think Varus is a really solid pick against Caitlyn. There's not a whole lot of champions that can actually poke back, but Varus is definitely one of them. So
probably maybe see him maxing Q this game.
I guess I will introduce my counterpart upstairs, and that is your mom SE. He's not exactly a stand-up guy, but you know, it's all good.
Stand-up guy. I stand up taller than you do.
All right, let me organize these matchups real quick. We'll get in. We make sure the teams are right. Kenya is blue, correct? I want to make sure that. All right, good.
What's cool about this setup too is that being that we're on separate computers, we can watch a lot of different parts of the map. So focus on what's going on here, and I will try to keep track of what's going on everywhere else.
All right, I have the lane matchups down here are organized from top, middle, or top, jungle, middle, and bot lane, with support being on the bottom. So we have both teams moving through the jungle. Problem with purple is they have broken up though. Purple or Iran. So we can see if an actual invade does happen here, they might be in a sticky situation. It is usually a really good idea to keep your whole team there. You know, even though it makes it a little harder for Shen to get top, it might save you from first blood. So we'll have to see.
Everybody, we see this. I see this a lot in pro matches now. So people will stack into the bottom bush.
And in they go.
TF is going in with the gold card. He flashes and stuns the Varus.
He catches Varus.
Is going down to Varus. We have TF's flash burn. We have Varus's flash burn.
Renekton comes in with the stun on Varus.
Comes out with the Varus.
He does burn his barrier to get away from that one safely, but they're gonna successfully invade this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have both summoners down for Varus, so be looking for a gank early.
Shen and Nasus are immediately
level 3 gank down bottom.
Shen and Nasus are immediately going to counter take the blue, so they'll be okay. No harm really done except for a flash popped on Varus. Or not Varus, flash on Varus and his barrier. TF did flash to get in there with the gold card though, so TF's flash is also down.
Yeah, definitely would be looking for ganks coming bottom with Varus' summoners burn for sure.
Nasus does smite the blue, whereas Hecarim opted to take a smite list there. Sometimes it can be risky, but it looks like it paid off right now. He's going to be able to go pretty much right to his red and take that.
Renekton TP's top lane as well. Get back in the fight so he doesn't have to back and walk all the way up to lane, lose out on farm.
That is a 5-minute
Hecarim's
cooldown.
going straight to red buff.
Yeah, that's really what you want to do. You get both of the buffs, and then you have a pretty strong level 3 gank. So we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see if anybody stole any XP off of him at blue, and if not, yeah, there's the level up. He can gank pretty tough now. He chooses not to at the moment, and that's okay. Nobody's really overextended here. We have a little bit of poking in the bottom lane. Looks like Varus is on the positive end of that exchange. He hits Kate with a giant Q. Nami catches Soraka in the bubble, and she does have to flash out. She probably didn't have to burn her flash, but you know, she's a little preemptive there. She got a little scared. That's okay, it happens. But it looks like this is a really strong lane from Team Iran. Back in the top lane, there's the slice and dice with the armor cut. He just gets his combo off a little bit there. Oh, and another beautiful Q by Varus. You know, this is one way to definitely if you keep TF from picking up a lot of kills and you keep your bottom lane, you know, pretty fed, it's gonna be a good game for purple.
No real excitement though, besides in the bottom lane. You know, Hecarim's gonna farm up his jungle. I would assume, you know, they would probably try and burn a or I'm sorry, not burn, but run a gank into bot lane, which it looks like Hecarim's coming to do right now. Seeing that Varus' summoners are both down, he has no way to really escape a Hecarim coming charging the lane, and Hecarim still has his ghost up as well. But Hecarim opted to take golems, not really rushing with that bottom lane yet.
Yeah, here he's gonna camp in the tri-bush right there and hope Varus overextends, and here he comes. He hasn't activated his E yet. He's right into the ward. Yep, here comes the counter game from Nasus. There's the E. He's gonna catch Nami. She flashes out. It doesn't look like she is gonna make it. She gets a heal off. She does give up first blood to Hecarim. Nasus comes in from the counter gank, and I feel they could push back a little here, but they choose not to. They're just gonna be passive and farm there.
Yeah, definitely. I would probably shove the lane into her right now and put as much pressure on Varus as possible.
Yeah, he's super loud right now. I'm gonna fix that. Sorry about that.
Really loud now?
Yeah, when Skype made you quieter. Now that it's off.
Oh, that could have been it. Yeah, with the Skype.
So I'm gonna fix that. You keep going. I'm just on direct to
All
camera
right.
now.
Okay. But I mean, we don't really see too much action going on. Nasus came in for counter gank. He's
Alright, that should be
farming
better.
rates. Pretty calm in the mid lane. I would assume LeBlanc would want to put a lot more pressure on TF, being the diamond player. Really not a lot of damage coming down. Nami is back to lane. Caitlyn and Soraka have yet to do back. Other than that, it's pretty calm. Nothing exciting really going on. Ekram's headed back to the fountain. Pick up some items. We got some action in the top lane if you want to switch to top lane. And it's putting down some pretty heavy damage on the Renekton, which you wouldn't think.
Yeah, I noticed Renekton wasn't quite landing his combos right. He was stunning and then slice and dicing. He really needs to get his fury up, slice and dice in there, get his stun on his fury, shred some armor, Q and then slice and dice out. And that's really would help him take care of the better. LeBlanc's going in for some big damage on TF. Is it bad for everybody, or is it just like some people? I mean, I could try and lower the quality if you guys want.
I don't know, Benner, pull up the video.
I have it pulled up on my crappy 1.5 megabyte down, and it does not seem to be lagging.
All right.
Yeah, I don't. It must be certain people out there. If you're having issues with the
for
stream,
future broadcasts, we try and do 480p or 360 versus almost 1080.
I could do 480 or even 720.
I wasn't having any issues with the stream when I was watching.
Hecarim just counter-warded the blue. He's going to look to steal it here pretty soon. He has vision on Nasus coming down to counter gank.
I mean, they did have a timer on it, meaning that they did invade blue and fully clear blue.
Let me see if I can... I don't know if I could change the video in the middle of the stream.
It looks like they are going to try and pull that red, but Nasus and Varus, they all have an idea that team's there. A lot of time being wasted here.
Let's try
TF is 6, by the way, so we could be expecting a TF ult here. It looks like they're going to back off and just let them have this one, though.
All right, let's see. I
Too much
changed
CS being wasted.
I changed the stream quality a little bit. I made it a little lower, so let me know if that helps at all for anybody.
TF has burned the ult. He's coming in here blue buff.